Hello, my name is Alicia, and today I'm going to be discussing The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. This is the final book in the Folk of Air series. This series has been so good. I have been so impressed with Holly Black. I love this series, love this book, and it was a fantastic ending. For those of you who haven't read this book or haven't read any of the books from the series, the first one is called The Cruel Prince. The second one is The Wicked King, and then this is the third one, The Queen of Nothing. This series is about a girl named Jude. She is a human living in the fairy world, and basically she is just trying to find her place among the fairies. They treat her as less, and she's trying to prove to them that she is an equal. And so basically it just follows her and her journey to become something more. Well, that's it for non-spoilers. Okay, bye! This book was so good. It was exactly what I wanted in a third book. I was just so happy. I had no idea what was going to happen. I was really upset with Cardan at the end of the last book because he did leave her. But I guess the way that he said that any royalty could lift that band that she had, Jude in the human world. It's so funny because I feel like if I was Jude, I think when I was reading this, I was thinking about this a lot, about how Jude just can't adapt to the human world. Back in the first book when she beat up that one kid for hitting on her, I just think it's interesting that Jude has adapted so much to the fairy world and wants nothing to do with the human world. I just think it's super interesting. And I loved seeing her in the human world. I loved seeing Oak growing up and eating all the sugary things that we have here in the human world. But I just really love that. I thought it was super funny that Jude was a bounty hunter for the fairy people. I loved that she went on that mission that she had to fight Grima Mog. That huge battle with Grima Mog. I love that. And I loved the appreciation that she had for Jude for putting up a good fight. And I love that she was able to take it and accept the punishment. And I loved her development through the story, how she was so loyal to Jude. And she was like, Jude, I'm here with you. You are the queen and I respect you and I will do as you wish. I thought that was crazy, and I loved her character. I thought she was a really scary person at first, this cannibal, but it turned out super good, and I love that she stuck with Jude to the end. Honestly, this book took me for a loop because I was so excited for Jude to go step in, for Taryn, and I thought for sure that everyone was going to be tricked. Especially, I thought Cardan would be tricked because in the last book, he was tricked. But, how all of a sudden he's, so good, but maybe he's just, had gotten used to Jude. But it's interesting how, I don't think it was a very long difference, but I don't know. But I love that he, played along with Jude. And the part when he asked if Jude loved Locke, and Jude as Taryn was like, no, she loves another who broke her heart or whatever, who she wants dead or something, and Cardan was like, oh. But I love that because I thought it was a good way for Jude to kind of open herself up, even though it wasn't supposed to be her, she was supposed to be Taryn, but I love that. And then Cardan's so happy that she's there, and she's like, what the heck, you banished me. And I was like, why is Cardan so happy? I was confused too. Me and Jude were like, what? And then he was like, did you get you never responded to my letters? And I was like, Cardan wrote her letters? And I was like, it's the Notebook. It was so cute. And I just don't know how anyone couldn't see that Cardan and Jude, they loved each other, and they both just needed to get there. But I'm so happy with the pace because I feel them loving each other was really beautifully paced, and it made so much sense. And the anticipation and just the romance and the love that you felt, it was so good. Yeah, and then Taryn, oh my gosh, who else was like stressed out as stress can be when she's pretending to be Taryn with Madoc and Oriana. I was so surprised that they like didn't give in, but they like also drugged her. That was so weird. I don't know how I would have done that. I feel like that's so stressful, and she did a pretty good job. It is crazy that Madoc tried to like kill her. I just was so disappointed in him because I was like starting to get over that he had killed their parents. Like honestly, like even Jude and Taryn, like they still remember that, but they're kind of over it. And like he has become this father figure in their life, and just for him to like have no loyalty was really shocking for me to know. I was really disappointed in that, and he was legit just gonna kill Jude, and that was so disappointing. So for him to have to go live in the human world, I was not sad about it. And honestly, he is pretty lucky that she gave him that, because now he gets to be with Oak and Oriana and Vivi, and so it's just, I don't know, he was very disappointing. The ghost, I literally, last book I was like, the ghost is the worst, and I feel so bad for him. And this whole thing with the true name thing, I just feel like that's crazy that you can be controlled if you give someone your true name. And that's so sad, because names are so important, and it's kind of like Rumpelstiltskin. Like, weird. Was Rumpelstiltskin a fairy? He did have pointed ears. I don't know. But I think that's super weird, super sad. He was treated super badly and had to do things against his will, which was super sad. So I'm glad that Jude was able to forgive him pretty fast. And then, oh, what I forgot. Jude, literally with her wound, she's like, stuff it with dirt and leaves and stuff. And I'm like, Jude. And then she like heals herself. And I'm like, she is the queen of fairy. And I'm like, it's legit. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. I thought that was amazing. And I thought it was so awesome that when Cardan turned into the snake, everyone, like, a lot of people, her like inner circle was like, she is the queen. Like, we have seen her do queenly things, and she deserves to be respected. And I thought that was amazing, because that's all she's ever wanted. And I feel like finally these people are starting to see that like a good leader isn't just someone who's born into power, but it's someone who has worked for it too. And I think that's awesome. I love that Cardan's prophecy when he was born about being a bad ruler, and after his death only a good ruler will come out of it. I was like, oh my gosh, he can't die. But I was like, I wonder if Jude is gonna be that wonderful leader. But I was like, I want it to be Cardan though. So when Jude like finally like killed the snake, which was so horrible, I don't know if I would have done that. That's like really hard. And I could see her temptation of wanting to keep him kind of as a pet, but that's horrible. And so for her to kill him, I feel like honestly I wouldn't want to die in that situation, because it's no longer you. So I was just so grateful that Cardan was able to come out of it, and I love that he was so happy, and Jude and him are so in love. And I feel like that's so unique for like a fairy to just be so devoted to one person. And I love that Cardan and Jude kind of are just perfect. I love their relationship so much. So cute. I was so pleased with it. It was just so good. Overall, I really loved the book. I thought it was amazing. The ending was kind of weird with the serpent. Now we know why it's on the cover. But honestly, it was so good. And I loved seeing Jude like also being queen, but wanting Cardan to be on her side and to be beside her. I thought that was so amazing that like she knows that she can't do it alone. And I feel like Cardan knows that too. And I feel like just after everything happened, they like realize how much they love each other and how much they want to be in it together. And I just love that. I was so happy with this book. It's so cute. And yeah, so if you have any more comments or want to discuss more about this book, please comment down below. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a great day.